Cool. So I told them a little bit about you. I'm sure you're wondering what I told them, but I was just wondering if you could share with us a little bit about, and I'll ask you some questions. Start this process a little bit. About 2 years ago now, we talked. You started maybe mentioning the idea of going to Art Institute. What started that for you? Why did you choose that school, and what kind of made you think, oh, I want to go to Chicago and leave Allendale like right after high school? Tell us about that a little bit.
What made me want to leave? I wanted to get out of the country and out of that kind of lifestyle and try something new. So I wanted to go to the city because I know I argued with my mom about going to Kendall. She wanted me to go there, but I really wanted to go to an actual art institute. And the one in Michigan wasn't good, so I came all the way to Chicago in order to do that.
Okay, so can you tell us, in your experience now that you've already been there, we're jumping a little bit ahead, but you mentioned Kendall and stuff, and
yeah.
What made you? I guess you wanted to leave, so that really wasn't on your radar to go there. But if you could compare those schools, I guess maybe we're kind of jumping around up ahead a little bit, but you talked already about it, so I'll ask you.
Compare the schools?
Yeah, well,
Kendall.
you said you were looking at Kendall, and you're like, nah, but then you chose Art Institute.
Well, it was mostly with the portfolio requirements for Kendall. They wanted me to draw only people, which is my least favorite thing to draw. So, and then Art Institutes wanted me to draw a bunch of other variety of stuff. So I was like, I'm not going to do pen drawings of people.
Okay. It's not what you wanted to kind of get into, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you decided to leave, you decided the idea. Why did you pick Art Institute in Chicago? Why not Detroit, and why not SCAD or something else?
Because when I actually visited, this one, it was a lot better. The atmosphere was better, and the school itself. Because I visited the one in Troy, and it was all industrial and not a really good art area. So
Okay.
I wanted to be in the city.
You mean industrial, like the buildings and all the stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right. So, so when you started the idea, and you said, I can't remember the exact conversation we had, but I do remember it was something like, I'm thinking about going to school, and there was some other life stuff that was going on too, and I know you wouldn't mind kind of us talking about that a little bit, but it wasn't exactly the prettiest picture at home and stuff, and so things weren't maybe the best scenario, but you kind of aspired to do this art in Chicago, the Institute. What was the first couple steps you did, and how, what were some of the big challenges you had to look at when you were thinking about this?
Mostly moving out here and leaving everything else behind, my friends and my family, but now I wanted to get away from home to take a step away and see if I can do my own thing. And it was hard moving here. I think leaving my best friends behind. And my brother, really was hard leaving him, but that was mostly it.
Okay.
For being hard.
Yeah. Okay. And then what did you do with basically school is not free, so how did you even start that process, and how did you navigate all that stuff? I mean, did somebody just leave a big bag of money and said, here's art school and go?
No. I've got a couple loans. I also got a grant from the school, and I got a scholarship from the art school, so that helped.
And what kind of, if you could tell me, or tell us, what kind of, I guess, how would you rate yourself as a student? I mean, in high school, what would you think you're, as far as average, above average, below average, what was your performance like in high school, and what was your experience like as a student, going through your high school years?
I think I was average in high school. I think though, I hated high school, but then when I got to tech, it kind of changed it for me because I realized it wasn't the same kind of atmosphere as a high school was. So that kind of inspired me to give it a chance, I think.
Okay, so tech kind of changed the game for you there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And so you're in your dorm right now, is that right? Or is that some other
Yeah.
place?
No, I'm in my bedroom.
Okay, and where do you live?
I live like by Greektown. I don't know if you know Sky area,
I
but
don't know. It's so big, I get lost every time I go.
it's kind of like, it's not in the middle of downtown. It's kind of off a little bit.
Okay. Do you ride the train, or do you just...
Yeah.
Okay.
I ride the train.
Is that pretty scary?
Depending on what time you ride it at.
It looks pretty shady to me when I drive by at night and I see all the train stops there. It looks pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, I rode it at like midnight, and it's not a good time to ride it.
Oh my gosh.
Because you got a lot of scary people in there.
Crazy. So what's your schedule like right now? Like, I know this is finals week, right?
Yeah,
So you
especially finals week.
Big test this week, but what's your normal schedule like Monday through Sunday, I guess?
Well, Monday through Thursday I go to school. I have one class on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I have 3 classes, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then usually Friday, usually through the weekend I'll work.
Okay. Where are you working at?
GameStop.
No way.
Yeah.
That's quite fitting.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, how long are your classes though, and what are the names of the classes you're taking?
Today I have History of Western Art 2. It's a almost 2-hour class, and then tomorrow I have Life Drawing. That's a 3-hour class, and then Storyboarding is also 3 hours, and then Economics, which is 2 hours.
How do you do 3 hours of what was it? Life drawing?
Life Drawing. You draw the human body from a live model.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's basically a naked form you gotta draw for 3 hours.
Okay. All right. So, going to high school and then going to college for a 3-hour class, that sounds like a long time. What's the biggest differences between college and high school that you experienced?
The biggest difference that I lied to myself about was that you can wake up for class just like in high school. That is the biggest lie.
Oh yeah.
It is so hard to wake up for class.
Okay.
Once you're in college.
Okay.
The classes are a lot more laid back. I was scared to go to the bathroom because I thought my teacher was gonna yell at me. But really, you can just get up and leave and nobody really cares.
Okay. Nobody cares. Very different.
From your class, I learned that I have to save my work before I let a teacher touch my computer.
Oh. Okay. Don't say why. Oh, that's too funny. She's gonna say basically that anytime I touch your computer, I'll screw up your job. Nobody here knows that.
Messed it up.
These
And it would
guys.
upset me.
Does anybody experience that here?
Yeah. Yep.
What? No, that's crazy. So, very different schedule. Do me a favor, can you shut that light off in that back there? It's like the sun is shining. Or is that the sun?
Yeah, I can switch it.
Just turn it. It's
really
like,
bright light.
yeah, it's like in the face.
You're so picky.
I am picky.
Well, now you can't see
Is
her.
that too dark now?
I think it's okay.
Okay.
Is that alright?
It's the only light I have in here.
Oh, really? That's fine. Yay! Okay, so what about just social life, stuff like that? I mean, you went to a whole new place. Did you know anybody when you showed up?
No, I don't know if you remember me talking about it, but I was so against having a roommate.
Yes, I do.
I wanted to live by myself.
Yes.
And I was throwing a fit that I had to live with people.
So,
And it was funny because when I first moved here, I was really shy and didn't want to talk to anyone, so I didn't actually leave my bedroom for a month. And then I started talking to my other roommate, and we became best friends for a long time until she went back home.
oh man, that's
It
awesome.
wasn't. I made it worse for myself by thinking it was gonna be awful, but
Okay.
it was actually good.
So you're pretty much an adult. I mean, you work, you live on your own, you go to school. I mean, you went from being a teenager to full-time adult life. I mean, that's pretty heavy. What has helped you to make that transition?
I think, I don't know, because I didn't really have, like, help from my family at the time, but, I think I just kind of, like, realized that I had to grow up, and I had to do things and not slack and, like, actually make something for myself if I wanted to be here.
Okay.
So I think that's what, it was a hard realization. And
All right, so I'm going to switch gears a little bit to the forward, and then I'll let these guys ask any questions if they have any. Or maybe you have some questions for them, I don't know. But so now looking ahead, this is your second year, right? And you're in a 4-year program, or is it a 2-year program, or what program?
it's a 3-year.
3-year program?
So-
And what's the major, what's the goal?
My major?
Yeah,
Illustration.
illustration. And what are your aspirations, and what are the opportunities at this school? Because I'm sure they talk about placement, I'm sure they're talking about portfolio maybe, I'm sure they're talking about, or I don't know, what is it that you're shooting for, where are we going? When we talk to you in 5 years, where are you going to be?
Well, what I want to do, I actually want to do tattoos, which technically you don't have to do school for that, but it's better if you want to get into, like, a good shop. But, like, my other options, if I don't want to become, like, a tattoo artist later, is I can be, like, a book illustrator, or I can do, like, illustrations for video games. I can really go in any direction that I want after I get this.
After you do the school.
Mhm.
And do you have gen eds too that you're doing? Like, you said economics, so it sounds like you got some other stuff too.
Yeah, you have to take just some basic, like, gen eds. Like, I had to take a math class, and I had to take some English classes.
Okay. All college level stuff pretty much, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much like high school, but like a little harder.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And do you do a lot of writing
I used to.
for your
but-
classes though?
What?
For your classes? Papers?
Yeah, I actually just had to write a 5-page paper
Okay.
for my history class.
Nice. Nice. Good. All right. So does anybody have any questions? If you don't, it's okay, but any ideas or thoughts that you want to ask directly that you may want to find out, something I didn't catch? Keep in touch with anybody in Allendale?
I did it at first, but it's kind of hard because my, like, schedule's all over the place.
Okay.
So it's hard to, like, talk to, like, Maggie or Ashley.
Yeah. Okay. So one more thought, if you could share it with us, if somebody here is thinking about going to school or leaving Michigan or leaving the U.S. or who knows what their dreams are in here, but they're in arts, sort of an art program in here, they're thinking about creative stuff. If you could share with them a little bit about if they're considering something and there's some obstacles in the way, what advice and what kind of encouragement would you have for them? Just like you, where you were looking at this and you're doing it now, could you share a little bit about that, or if you have some thoughts for these guys, and then we'll log off here.
Yeah, I guess, like, for me, it was pretty hard going into it because I didn't really, like, you said, like, my home situation wasn't very good, so I didn't really have the encouragement from a lot of people. But if you want something, basically, I learned, you gotta really try to get it. You gotta go for it, because if you don't, it's probably not gonna happen. That's what I learned. And you gotta, like, if you don't have anyone with you, you gotta learn to do it by yourself and really push for it. Like, if you got a dream, then you gotta strive. Like, that's how it was for me to get here, is I had to do a lot of work, and I had to really test myself and see if I could really do it. And then now I've been here for like a year and a half, and still that goes through me, like, every day. Every day I gotta, like, push. Like, you got thoughts of, like, leaving, because I have, but really, if you have the motivation, then you can pass, and you can, I don't know, you can do it.
That's awesome.
That's basically.
Yeah.